Attention all Canadian seniors. If you're receiving a pension, you might want to check your mailbox very carefully next month. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau just announced that the federal government will be sending out a massive one-time payment to pensioners across the country in May. We're talking an extra $2,100 cash straight into your bank account or mailbox. That's enough for a dream vacation, long overdue home renovations, or simply helping make ends meet a little easier. Stick around as I break down all the details on who qualifies and what you need to do to get this surprise windfall. What's up, nation? Michael here from the Seniors Money Channel, where we look at ways to stretch your retirement funds, uncover benefits you might be missing out on, and break down the latest news that impacts your pocketbook. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and bell notification so you never miss an update that could put more cash in your hands during your golden years. So let's dive right into this major announcement from Ottawa that has pensioners buzzing with excitement. On April 19, 2024, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau held a nationally televised address to reveal a new temporary income supplement specifically aimed at supporting Canadian pensioners and seniors on fixed incomes. With inflation remaining stubbornly high over the past couple of years, Trudeau acknowledged that many retirees have been facing serious financial hardship as their buying power and nest eggs are eroded by rising costs. To help provide some relief, the federal government will be issuing a one-time $2,100 payment to everyone currently receiving payments from the Canada Pension Plan, CPP, Old Age Security, OAS, or the Guaranteed Income Supplement, GIS. This cash will be delivered separately from your regular monthly pension payments. For those receiving funds via direct deposit, the extra $2,100 will be automatically deposited into your account in May. For those still getting pension checks mailed out, you'll receive the additional payment in the form of a separate check in the mail that same month. Trudeau emphasized that this is considered a tax-free payment, so you won't have to pay any income taxes on this extra $2,100. It's truly just free bonus money for Canada's pensioners and seniors to help make life a little more affordable. So who exactly qualifies for this one-time $2,100 payment? Based on the criteria laid out, you must currently be receiving funds from at least one of the following federal income sources as of April 2024. Canada Pension Plan, CPP, for those who have worked and paid into the CPP system during their careers. Both CPP retirement pensions and CPP disability benefits will qualify. Old Age Security, OAS pension, available to most Canadians ages 65 and older who meet the legal status and residence requirements. Guaranteed Income Supplement, GIS, a tax-free monthly benefit for low-income Canadian seniors receiving OAS to top up their income. It's important to note that this $2,100 payment is per individual and not per household. So if both spouses or partners are receiving CPP, OAS or GIS payments separately, you would each get the full $2,100 amount deposited to your own respective accounts or mailed to you. According to statistics cited by the Prime Minister, this one-time income supplement will end up benefiting approximately 6.9 million Canadian pensioners across the country at a total cost to the federal government of $14.5 billion. And Trudeau stressed that no actions are required by seniors to receive this cash. It will be automatically added to your accounts or mailboxes in May. Needless to say, this surprise announcement was greeted with overwhelming praise and relief from seniors advocacy groups and financial experts. Having an extra $2,100 cash windfall will provide a tremendous boost, even if temporary, to make ends meet during this period of high inflation and economic uncertainty. In fact, many are already speculating about what they might use this extra money for. Some of the most popular ideas include catching up on expenses like heating bills, medication, home repairs, and car maintenance that have become much harder to afford with rising costs. Paying down credit card balances, loans, or other outstanding debts that may have accumulated due to inflation eroding their fixed incomes. Setting aside money for a special purchase or home upgrade they've had to delay due to lack of funds. Using part of it for a little trip or vacation to visit family, now that most COVID travel restrictions have eased up. Simply padding their emergency funds and nest egg savings a bit more as a buffer during this high inflation period. Personally, I think having an extra $2,100 come in could be a real game changer for a lot of pensioners out there who are living on very restrictive budgets. Whether you use it to pay off lingering bills, make overdue home repairs, treat yourself to something nice, or just salt it away for a rainy day emergency fund, this one-time payment will allow you to finally check some items off your priority list. However, There are a couple of important notes and limitations to be aware of with this program. First, the federal government has specifically stated that this is intended to be a one-time only payment for the time being. It is not an ongoing monthly supplement or boost to your pension amounts moving forward. So while this $2,100 will provide temporary relief, it won't permanently raise your income levels. Secondly, the details around the eligibility cutoff dates are still a bit murky at this point. For instance, if you recently started receiving CPP or OAS payments in March or April 2024, it's not 100% confirmed, yet if you qualify since the plan has an April cutoff stated. And finally, there has been no mention of any potential clawback of this $2,100 payment from low-income supplement programs like GIS further down the road. Typically, lump sum amounts like this do eventually get calculated as income that could change your future GIS eligibility amounts, so it may be wise to plan for a portion having to be paid back by adjusting your future GIS amounts lower. Those are just a few potential limitations to keep in mind, but overall I think most seniors will agree this is a hugely welcome form of financial assistance to help absorb the impacts of high inflation and erosion of buying power that pensions and retirement savings have experienced lately. Of course, as with any major government announcement like this, there are always going to be criticisms and opposing viewpoints too. Some of the most common ones I've seen include arguments that $2,100 simply isn't enough money to make a huge dent for most pensioners living on extremely tight budgets. With the average CPP payment only being around $700 per month, this one-time supplement equates to just 3 months' worth of pension for the typical retiree. Others are arguing that this payment should be more targeted and only going to low-income seniors or those actually facing poverty instead of blanket payments to all pensioners. They feel those with higher retirement incomes or substantial savings don't really need this help as much. And finally, many fiscal conservative pundits are raising concerns about the overall $14.5 billion price tag for this program, adding even more to Canada's already high deficit levels. They claim the money would be better spent on trying to get inflation under control or going towards productive economic investments, rather than short-term cash injections to pensioners. Those are just a few of the differing perspectives I've seen float around this surprise announcement. But at the end of the day, I think most humble pensioners living off relatively modest and fixed incomes will be thrilled to receive this influx of cash to help make their lives a little easier. And that's really all the core details we know so far about this new one-time $2,100 payment program for pensioners and seniors receiving CPP, OAS or GIS benefits from the federal government. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you can stay updated as more specifics get released in the coming weeks, including those key eligibility cutoff dates that will determine if you qualify or not. I'll be sure to report back with any additional criteria, limitations, or even tips on how to best use this money if you end up being one of the millions receiving it next month. So what do you think about this surprise announcement? How much of a difference will an extra $2,100 make for your finances? And do you have any preliminary plans for what you might use that money towards? I'd love to hear your initial reactions, thoughts, and ideas. So drop a comment below and let's discuss this upcoming windfall further. I'll do my best to respond to any follow-up questions you may have too. As always, thank you for tuning into this episode of the Seniors Money Channel. I truly appreciate you joining me as we navigate all the nitty-gritty